Hello and welcome. Today we are doing a pick a card reading to uncover what you need to hear to activate the frequency of fast and easy wealth within you so that you can manifest money, abundance, success more quickly. Now, this is a timeless reading, so anytime you find this video is exactly when you need to hear this message. And as we dive into this reading together, remember, as always, that you are the creator of your reality. So always take what you need from these readings, take what resonates, and leave what doesn't. Find your own truths, clarity, and alignment in these readings, whatever that looks like for you. If you are new here, then welcome. I'm so glad you have found this video and this channel. My name is Taylor Eaton, and I am the author of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, which is one of the decks that I have here for you to pick from. Actually, all of the decks that I have for you to pick from here today are very special and dear to me. I'll chat more about that in a moment. But first, a couple of notes for you before we dive in. First of all, if you want support in calling more effortless wealth into your life, if you're ready to truly dive deep into harnessing your ability to call in more abundance with more ease and more expediency, then you are absolutely welcome to come join me inside of the Wealth Vibe membership. I created this low-cost membership to be a place where you can find all of the resources, support, and community you need to manifest more wealth into your life. We recently started a 21-day receiving mode challenge where we are relaxing our way to more wealth inside the membership, which you are welcome to come jump in on at any time. And on June 6th in the membership, meaning like the day after this video posts, I will be starting to share daily mini readings for abundance inside of the membership to give all of my members their guidance every single day to help them stay in alignment with their money manifestations. So you're welcome to come get access to that as well. Plus, we also have a book club, money meditations, a wildly supportive community of more than 150 like-minded people, and so much more to truly help you step into that next level of wealth you desire. So come check out the membership if it calls to you. I would love to get to personally connect with you there. The link for the Wealth Vibe is in the description and pinned comment below. Now, second and last quick announcement here, I do not offer private readings outside of the Wealth Vibe membership. So please do not be scammed by anyone in the comments or on other social media platforms pretending to be me, because I will never message you and ask you to pay me for a reading. Now, let's run through the decks and their crystals so that you can pick your reading. So today we have deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3. Like I said at the beginning of this video, each of these decks I'm very connected with, and that's because I'm actually either the author of the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, that's me, but then I've also connected personally with the authors of these decks over here. So we have deck 1, which is the Astro Alignment deck by Grace Duong, and it's just, I mean, what a gorgeous rainbow deck right on the top, but I was recently interviewed for Grace's podcast, and that will be coming out in a couple months. Of course, I'll let you all know when it does, but I've connected with her recently. And then deck 2 is the Daily Light affirmation deck by Joanna Hunter, and she and I have connected a little bit because we have the same publisher. Both the Daily Light and the Wealthy Woman decks are published through Muse Oracle Press, and so she and I have connected. We have some collaborations planned in a couple months as well. So the fact that I've connected with both of these authors and have also followed them on social media, but have connected with them personally and talked to them, whenever that happens to me, I'm very good at reading someone's energy and tapping into it. And having done that for the authors of these decks, like I now have a much deeper connection with these decks and I get even more powerful readings from them. So I'm just so excited. And of course, deck 3 is, my deck that I authored, so I'm extra connected to it. So I am just so excited. This is just going to be such a potent, powerful reading. If you want to get a copy of any of these decks, I will leave all the links in the description below for you. I even have a small discount code that you can use if you want to grab your copy of the Daily Light. But again, all that will be in the description below for you. So just go to the description box and click see more, and then all these links will be there for you. But truly beautiful decks. I'm so excited to do a reading with purely decks that I have connected with the authors of. I might also bring in another deck from another author I've connected with if I want more additional guidance, and if so, I'll let you know more about that as it comes up throughout the readings. But I truly just feel so grateful and honored to be able to connect with so many authors of decks that I use because it just adds this extra layer of like intimacy with the deck and understanding of the deck and the deck's energy because of who wrote or channeled the deck. And I'm just so grateful to these authors and all the other authors of decks I've connected with in just the last several months alone. It's been phenomenal. So we are now going to get a closer look at the crystals in case that helps you hone in on which deck is calling to you. So for deck 1, for Grace's Astro Alignment deck, we have our Desert Rose Crystal. For deck 2, Joanna Hunter's the Daily Light Affirmation deck, we have Tiger's Eye. And then for my deck, the Wealthy Woman Oracle deck, we have Malachite and Azurite. So as I mentioned, we will be using all of these decks, maybe another one from another author I personally connected with in our readings today. So all the readings will include all these decks. And you can absolutely watch more than one reading if more than one deck is calling to you. That just means that there's guidance for you in each of those readings. So pause the video here if you would like to. Take however long you need to choose which deck or decks you are called to, and then click the timestamps below in the description to jump to whichever reading you're called to, and I'll see you there. Hello, deck number 1. We are going to dive right into your reading to uncover what you need to hear and maybe even do, we'll see what comes through with the cards, to activate the frequency of easy and fast money manifestations into your life. So we'll move our crystal out of the way, and we will start shuffling to see what deck 1 needs to hear to activate the frequency of easy and fast money manifestations into their life. As I was saying at the beginning of the video, I'm just really excited, particularly for this reading. There's your first card, because all the decks I'm using are decks where I've personally connected with the authors of the decks and been able to, you know, kind of just tap into their energy even more and the energy behind these decks as well. So it's just really exciting to get to do a reading where I know all the authors of all the decks, right? So fun. Okay, so what we have for you, my loves, let's flip these all over, see what the cards are saying. I'll let you know in case it's hard to read what these all are. Okay, Waxing Gibbous Moon, Nurturing Patience, Refinement. Waxing Crescent Moon, Focus, Conceptualization, Strategy. First house, self-body presence. We have Fixed, Action, Momentum, Dedication, and Polis, Wisdom, Skill, Self-defense. All right, deck 1, what I'm getting with these is that this is almost like I'm getting a lesson for you to learn, a habit for you to cultivate in order to be able to activate that frequency of easy and fast money manifestations. So this is the first kind of big message with these cards, is I'm getting this very clear message from my collective of wait before you act. Getting like think before you speak, right? Take a moment of stillness before you jump into action. There's a lot of the same message here in different ways that's coming through, which is really getting to the point of, if you want, deck 1, you specifically want to activate fast money manifestations, it's actually a matter of going slower to speed up. And that can sound really counterintuitive, but it's, when you think about it, like the people who have the greatest wealth in this life, in this reality that we live in, they are not people who are rushing recklessly into things. They might be people who are very decisive, who take quick, bold action, but they are not people who are just rushing and cutting corners or not looking at all options, right? There are people who are, yes, decisive, yes, conviction, they have tons of conviction, yes, they are confident in what they're doing and they're moving forward. Where does that come from, though? Where does the decisiveness come from? Where does the confidence in big decisions around money or business or success or lifestyle or wealth come from? It comes from taking a beat first, right? Taking a moment to assess options, to weigh your options, to look at all possibilities, to look for what you're not seeing, even, is what I'm getting. So the universe is saying you want more wealth faster and easier. It's not a matter of you moving faster. It's actually a matter of you taking a moment, doesn't have to be long, but taking a moment before you spring into action to make sure your actions are aligned, to make sure your actions are set up and solid so that you are really laying foundations for the most easy, effortless building of wealth and manifestation of wealth. So this is the first big message for you, deck one, right? Like this is kind of a lesson that you're being asked to learn and something you're being asked to put into practice, which is even around smaller decisions around money in your life. Like this is something you can start today. Smaller decisions in your life around money, maybe how you spend money, how you save money, how you invest money, even how you make money, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you have to be making decisions daily in your business, or if you are someone who's making a lot of decisions in your job. Before each decision, can you take an extra breath? Can you take an extra moment to just ask yourself, what are all of my options? What's the best way to go about this? What feels right to me? What feels aligned for me? Just really weighing your options and tuning into your inner guidance as well, right? But taking that little moment, right? To have this patience, to refine things, right? To get clear on your focus, your strategy, to be tuned into your body, yourself, right? That's going to create the momentum you're looking for. It's going to up your skill level as well. It's going to allow you to take actions, right? Actions that create this momentum that builds the wealth you desire very quickly, right? And it's also telling the universe, like, I'm not hurried, right? When we think about this on an energetic and law of attraction level, when you are not hurrying, but you take just a moment, or even sometimes it's a day if it's a huge decision, or a couple days, right? To make big decisions around money or career. But when you can just take a moment, I saw 5 for you, so this is some nice confirmation. But when you can take a moment to collect your thoughts, to look at the options, that's telling the universe, I'm not hurried. Because when we think about, right, people who are in scarcity and the energy of scarcity, there's a lot of rushing to try to get out of scarcity because you're in fight or flight, right? You're trying to get out of that situation. When you are like, I am comfortable exactly where I am just for this moment, I don't need to rush into a decision, I get to take my time with it, that's luxury. That's the mindset and actions and energy of a wealthy person, right? So you want effortless, fast money manifestations or success manifestations, deck one? Slow down just a little bit. Take a moment. Take a pause. Take a beat, right? To really weigh your options. When I say weigh your options, this could mean looking for what you're not seeing, looking for all the options, making a pros and cons list, but it's also very much creating more of a connection with your inner guidance or your intuition or your gut, right? To, again, this we have body here, to tune into what it is that feels right for you. Because, and I say this a lot, and I've said this, I've been doing this sort of work for 6 years where I've helped people with my business create more abundance in their lives, manifest more wealth with more ease. And I always say it's like the path to wealth isn't a path that you just have to find the magic answer that works for everyone and then you follow it and then the money appears, boom. That's not how it works. And if it were, we'd all have a lot more money, right? Everyone would be wealthy. The path to wealth for you is unique for you because you are unique. Your desires are unique, your skills are unique, your life experiences are unique, your qualities, your traits are unique, your strengths, your weaknesses are unique. That whole combination is unique to only you. So the path to wealth for you is going to look unique from everyone else's path to wealth. So in order to find that path, in order to identify the next right step that keeps you on the path or puts you on the path for wealth, on your path for wealth, the way you find that is by listening to your inner guidance, listening to yourself, learning to trust that. How do you do that? By creating space to hear your inner guidance, right? So this is really what you're being asked to lean into, what you're being asked to implement in your life if you want to activate that frequency, that energy, that reality of having effortless and fast money come into your life. Rapid rise to wealth and success. You have to create space to hear the guidance that's going to get you there, right? And also energetically, like I said, that puts you in the energy of someone who says, I'm not hurried, I have enough, I have an abundance of time, I am wealthy in time. I'm wealthy in options. I am wealthy, period. And when you're in that energy and you have that luxury of time, that wealth of time, and you relish it and you take that time to make the right decisions confidently, boldly, decisively, the universe responds, right? You are becoming, in taking a moment before taking action, you are not only finding the right, giving yourself that option to hear the right aligned guidance from within yourself, but you are also energetically telling the universe, I'm already wealthy and I'm acting like it. And then the wealth comes in, right? That's some powerful guidance right there. I really like that for you. If you struggle to take that moment before all decisions, big and small, concerning career or money or otherwise, all decisions really in your life, or to listen to your inner guidance, this is a lot of what we do in the Wealth 5 membership. And it's what we're doing right now with this month's challenge, is our receiving mode challenge, where we're creating just a little bit of time each day to be present, to receive all the good that's in our life, but also to receive inspiration, guidance from ourselves, from the universe. So you want to go deeper with this. You really want to like go into this and really activate this fast, effortless money manifestation faster. Definitely come join me for that. The link for the Wealth 5 membership is below. We just started our challenge a few days ago, so you're welcome to dive in. This is perfect. Right now I'm pulling cards from the Wealthy Woman deck for what kind of permission slip do you need, right, to really enact this? Oh, wow. Okay. This is beautiful. We have our Road card, Garden of Wealth card, and Mend the Flow card. So what you're going to find is that as you start to really lean into this energy of intentional decisions, I'm also getting the guidance here that if you feel like you already take time before you act, this is like, how can you take more time, or how can you make better use of the time you're taking? Because if you take time before you act, are you taking time to really evaluate your options and really listen to your inner guidance? Or are you just taking time and being indecisive and then panic making a decision at the last minute, right? So like, where can you refine this, right? Refinement was a word we had here as well. How can you refine what you're doing with that time, take it even deeper and more intentional? It might even be that you also take time to listen to your inner guidance and take a pause before diving into action, but then don't act on what your inner guidance told you, right? And don't trust it. So just some things to look for. But what I'm getting here for you with these cards of this kind of like permission slip, or, kind of what else you need to hear to really enact this and activate that flow of easy energies, like the best time to use this taking that pause before diving into action is especially when you have unexpected challenges or roadblocks pop up around money, because what I'm getting is especially coming up for you very soon, deck one, is that there are going to be some surprises for you around money that on their face they look like, I don't want this, right? Like, oh, this isn't what I wanted. But actually behind it is a hidden opportunity. It's a blessing in disguise. So you are being really asked to cultivate this skill right now, starting today, starting right now, of taking a moment to tune into your inner guidance, taking a moment to collect yourself and look at all your options before diving into any sorts of actions or decisions around money, or work or anything like that. And really taking that time now, because pretty soon there's going to be something that pops up. And if you haven't started to cultivate this habit and you aren't bringing conscious awareness to making sure you're taking that moment before springing into action, you will miss this amazing blessing that's here. For like, I'm getting that your fast money manifestation, that next one you desire, is coming very soon. I'm getting in the next couple weeks, maybe for a lot of you in the next week. But you will miss it, right? If you aren't actually able to find the blessing that's in disguise, right? If you're not able to actually look at, oh, how could this be working out for me? How can I make the best of this situation? It's going to turn out better than you think if you do that, is what I'm getting. It's going to really set a lot of different things in motion that allow a lot of other opportunities to bloom in your life. And it just becomes this kind of compound effect, this snowball effect of, if you're able to really see the blessings in disguise here, you're going to be able to then have like this chain reaction of different events happen that open up more and more doors for wealth to come to you more easily. And it's really going to create this really mended flow, right? Typically when I see the mend the flow card comes up, it means there's something that needs to be healed. For you, I see that this is what will heal the flow of money for you, is being able to take this intentional action around money because you've created space for intention to arise within you, right? So that's really what we're getting here from these cards. This is so exciting. There's something really cool coming for you. Yeah, let's see. I want to pull, okay, I'm going to bring in, this is a deck of another author I've connected with personally named Kara Elizabeth. She's fantastic. I will try to remember to go check her out on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, but she's phenomenal. And she gifted me this deck a while back, and I, after really having tapped into her energy more, like really get so much more out of this deck, even more so. It's already a phenomenal deck, but we're going to pull just from here to see what else you might need to hear. We have, wow, face your fear, unknown gift, quantum jump, unknown gift, right? There's an unknown gift coming. It's something that on first glance is not going to, you're not even going to realize that your blessing is here, that your money manifestation is here, but because you're going to be taking time, it's going to come up. But these cards really are saying, this pause is going to help that you start cultivating this habit of feeling luxurious, wealthy in time and in options is going to help you face any fears that might come up from this blessing in disguise, this thing that happens that at first glance doesn't look like what you want. And it's going to, behind it is this unknown gift. But also, when you take this time to look for the opportunities and the blessing in disguise from whatever event happens in the next week to a couple of weeks for you, it's not only going to unlock this unforeseen gift of abundance and wealth and success for you, it's also going to unlock a gift within yourself, like a new skill, a new passion, a new idea, potentially, new $1 million idea, perhaps. So it's going to unlock that in you. It's going to make this unknown gift come to the surface and be known. And that's going to allow you to really quantum leap into more wealth. So there's just, like I said, like it's this compounding effect here, and it's happening internally, but also externally is what these cards are showing me. So internally, you're going to be up-leveling quite a bit into just really mastering money manifestation on a whole nother level. And on an external level, you're going to be opening up all these different opportunities that lead to more opportunities, and this flow of money just becomes so effortless and easy. So really, really exciting. We're going to pull from our last deck here. I want to get at least one affirmation for you, deck one, that you can take on your way. Yes, yes, yes. This is Joanna Hunter's Daily Light deck. I am constantly expanding into my abundance, joy, and happiness. Now, I want to be clear. This is not a money deck. My deck is the only deck that's a money deck. There aren't really many out there. And yet, what we've done here is we pulled a card that talks about abundance from this deck, right? And this is beautiful. I am constantly expanding into my abundance, joy, and happiness. This is an affirmation that if this resonates with you, you can take this with you to really help you. Really, when we think about taking a moment, sometimes we think, even as I was saying, slowing down, taking a beat. What if those moments, ooh, this is so good, deck one. What if that moment you take before you make a decision, before you spring into action in your career, in your work, in your money, what if that moment is not a moment of pause or emptiness or slowing down? What if it's actually more of a moment that you look at it as a chance to expand into abundance and joy and happiness in the moment, and also expand your energy out to call more in the future, right? So this is some beautiful last little bit of guidances. Look at this habit you'd create. This is such a really, when you think about it, isn't this such a simple habit to create? To just take a moment to tune into your inner guidance, a moment to weigh your options, a moment to examine the lay of the land before making any decisions or taking action in money or career matters. That's simple, right? That's such a simple thing to do. So really, this simple practice is all you have to do to really allow yourself to expand into more abundance, into more wealth, more positivity, more joy, more happiness, more love, more fulfillment, right? It's again what I said at the beginning, slowing down to go faster. Expanding before you take the action, letting your energy, your inner guidance, your intention go first, right? Wow, this was such a cool one deck one, really. Like, and again, I know I said that this is simple, but if you struggle with it, don't beat yourself up, okay? If you struggle because it's a new habit, if your whole life or for a long time you've been rushing to make decisions because you've been in that scarcity energy or mindset, or that's just the way even if you aren't scarce or not having enough, like you've just trained your subconscious to be in that state, right? Like that's not uncommon in our society. We're taught to hustle, to rush, that time is money and chop, chop, chop. We're not taught to slow down. So it's hard to do, and it's also hard to do very intentionally, right? So it's simple, but it's not always easy. So be gentle with yourself and know that you get to perfect this as you go and get better and better also at listening to and trusting and acting on your inner guidance. That's also difficult because our inner guidance often spits in the face of what the rest of society tells us we should do to make money. But again, remember, your path to wealth will be unique to you, right? So if you're trying to logic your way to the wealth you desire, but your guidance is telling you something else, you get to ask yourself, what's logical for me? Not what's the logical answer here, but what's the logical answer for me in this situation with this decision, and see how that shifts your actions and your willingness to take those actions and trust your inner guidance. And of course, again, if you want support with that, come join me in the Wealth membership, because that's a lot of what we do in the membership is working on cultivating that trust in our inner guidance to take that step, right? That aligned action that we know is right for us, but maybe outside of our comfort zone. So, all right, deck number one. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below, letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I always really appreciate getting to see your comments, and I love hearing how these readings resonate with you. It really means the world to me to read how this all lands and what you take from it and the way you interpret it for you in your life, and I just love hearing that. So thank you for commenting if you comment. You are, of course, if you're not already, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance. And if you want to really harness the energy of effortless, faster moving wealth, come join me inside the Wealth Vibe membership for our current receiving mode challenge to relax your way to more abundance, as well as our daily mini wealth readings and all of the resources, support, and community you need to manifest the wealth you desire. I would love to get to personally connect with you there. The link for the membership is in the description and pinned comment below. If you want to order your copy of any of these decks, the Wealthy Woman deck, the Astro Alignment deck, the Animal Apothecary deck, or the Daily Light deck from all of these amazing authors, I will leave the links in the description box below. I will also try to remember to put them in the pinned comment for this video. I will also I have a special discount code for the Daily Light deck for you as well. So check that out if any of these decks really called to you and you want to get your hands on them. I highly recommend all of them. All the authors of these decks are phenomenal women who are just so gifted, and I'm so honored to get to know them and share their decks with you. With all that being said, I am wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, deck number two. We are going to dive into your reading to uncover what you need to hear, and maybe even do, we'll see what comes through with the cards, to activate the frequency of easy and fast money manifestations into your life. So we're going to move your crystal out of the way. I'm also going to actually move this deck. This is still your pile, but we're going to pull from this deck last. This is Joanna Hunter's Daily Light deck, but I am kind of doing all of these readings today in the same order. Sometimes I switch up the order, but today I'm liking how the guidance came through using Grace's Astro Alignment deck first. But as I said at the beginning of this video in the introduction, I have such a personal connection to all these decks because I personally connected with all of the authors of these decks. And I am just so excited to get to use them because I found when I personally connect with the author of a deck, like we get to have a personal one-on-one conversation, I just can feel their energy and the energy of their decks and their messages so much more. So I'm so excited for such a powerful reading where I know all the authors of all the decks that we're using today. And we're going to just turn all of your cards over here and see what the guidance is. We have Mars, competition, action, willpower, opposition, resistance, struggle, polarity, lunar eclipse, culmination, release, illumination. Okay, I'm already starting to get a very clear message here for you. Waning crescent moon, surrender, restoration, Dresdy, yep. Air, expansive, intellectual, inquisitive. Okay, deck number two. I get the feeling this will be a little bit of tough love. All right, a little bit of tough love, but it's all really positive. The universe is saying here, if you want to activate that energy, that effortless, fast manifestation, fast money, fast success into your life, this is the big lesson that you have to understand, and the thing to shift right now, the thing to do, right, is that there needs to be a shift out of any sense of competition you have with others or with yourself. We'll get into that more in a little bit. There needs to be a release of that. Like we even have release here, right? Because any sort of competition we have with others or with ourselves, especially for you, deck 2, that you're holding on to right now, that's impeding the flow of money. And once you can shift that, then there's going to be this like much more effortless, right? Like easy, expansive flow of money, really, flow of abundance into your life and opportunities for it. So when I say competition, let's talk about this a little bit so that you can really understand the big message here and what you really need to hear to have this click and to really get you into that energy and that frequency and that the actions of calling in money quickly and easily, right? So when I say competition with yourself or others, so clearly, if there's competition, first of all, with others, like let's say you feel like there's competition with others in your job, like people who are gunning for the same promotion as you, that you feel there's competition, or in your industry, there's competitors, or you feel like there's competition with other people in your field if you're an entrepreneur and there's someone else who does what you do and it's the competition and you see them as the competition, right? Like if that is something that resonates with you, that is something to reframe, right? Because while I feel like there's always like a little bit of healthy competition that can kind of spur us to improve and innovate and grow and be better at what we do, but for the most part, competition keeps us in this this kind of fighting energy and this energy of almost needing struggle or polarity to thrive. And we often don't realize that because we think it's like, oh, I just have to beat them out. I have to overcome this. But when you do that, you start to take away from your natural gifts, right? Your natural money-making gifts, your natural gifts for success and what makes you you. Often when we get into too much competition with others, and we'll get into what this looks like with ourselves as well, we start to try to be more like them or be better than them in some ways, rather than focusing on what makes us the best at what we do, regardless of what anyone else is doing around us, right? That's really what the universe is saying. It's like, this is where your focus should be, and this is where your focus should not be. The focus should not be on what can I do? How can I do this thing better than this other person or this other company or whatever it is, or any one else out there. Competition with others might just be like, it's me against the world and I got to be better than everyone, right? So that's not where the attention should be. Your attention should be, for fast, effortless money manifestation, should be on what do I do? What can I do at my best? What do I want to do at my best? What skills, what gifts do I have that I want to deepen, that I want to grow? How can I focus on being the best at what I do, right? Not the best at something that someone else does and I also do it and I need to be the best at it, right? Take the other people out of the equation is what I'm getting. It's also, I'm getting that it's safe to take the other people out of the equation. It's safe to drop the competition. It's safe not to be looking at the competition. Sure, they might do things and overtake you in some areas, but that doesn't have to take away from your success, from your potential for success, right? So that's the first part of getting out of competition with others. Now, getting out of competition with yourself, right? The universe is saying here, really, again, and this kind of ties into what we were just saying. I saw 555 for you, so this might be where most of you are struggling, is the competition with yourself, right? Is trying to force yourself to be something that you're not, right? There's a difference between shifting and growing and changing and intentionally shaping yourself into the person you would like to become versus, and doing that with love, right? Versus deeming who you are right now or where you are right now in career and money as not good enough, and then trying to force yourself to change, right? And just to be different because I can't be the way I am now because it's not enough or it's not good enough, right? So there's a difference between lovingly changing and forcing yourself to change because it comes from a place of not believing you're good enough in some way, right? So I know this is like cutting really deep for some of you, but this is all said with love, right? It's like this insistence that you have to either be better than someone else or be better than who you are now in a way that is coming from a place of I'm not good enough rather than a place of what's the best I can be. Let's get inquisitive, right? Curious about what's the best version of me I can be. If it's not coming from that place and it's coming from how can I be better than this person, than this company? How can I be better than who I am now because I don't like who I am now. I don't like any of this. That energy that you're in is keeping the money from you, right? It's keeping you apart from money. It's blocking that effortless flow of abundance. There has to be a release, a surrender, and also this restoration of trust that you are enough. Trust in yourself, trust in your inner guidance, trust in your skills, valuing yourself, a curiosity of an expansiveness about yourself, about your thoughts, your gifts, what you bring to the table. That's what's going to lead to the abundance you desire. But when you're instead focusing too much and so much on who do I need to become to beat everyone else out or to beat out this version of me, instead of who is it that I want to become, that I want to challenge myself to become because that feels good to me, that feels expansive, that feels aligned, that feels exciting, that feels loving, especially the word loving keeps coming up, right? That's the energy you want to be in. But if you're in the other energy so much of being in competition with others or yourself from a place of I'm not good enough or I need to be better to be enough, to make the money I want, to receive the money, that's what needs to be let go of. And I know that a lot of this spits directly in the face of what we're taught in our society, especially around money and career. We are taught to be super competitive, to be hyper fixated, to be obsessed with leaving behind any parts of us that we deem not good enough, instead of loving those parts of ourselves into transformation, instead of loving our competition and allowing our competition to shine a light on what we actually bring to the table and what we do best. And not from a place of needing to be better than the other person, but from a place of acknowledging that we're all different and we have different strengths and keeping our eyes on our own tracks, like staying in our own lanes, right? You can switch lanes, you're multifaceted, but in the sense of competition, don't worry what anyone else is doing. Don't worry that you're not enough. Start to lean into very, and get inquisitively, curiously asking yourself, what am I really good at? What do I bring to the table? What's valuable about me now? And how can I amplify that and let that take over who I am if it feels right to do that, right? That's the kind of introspection and the mental shift and the mindset shift that needs to happen in order for you to get into the energy of easy, fast money. I want to pull some more from other decks because I'm talking a lot on this, but this is a really big message. But I want to be clear here that when you do this, when you make this sort of shift, when you start to get out of competition, start seeing everyone as unique and on their own paths, and also having common goals, looking for the common goals that you have with everyone else, and seeing how you're actually on your own team, on other people's teams, and you can shift into that. Oh my gosh, amazing opportunities arrive, collaborations arrive. Who once became a competitor might now be like an amazing business connection. Like there's so many things that come from that practically, but also energetically, manifestation wise. When you do that, it's you get out of this state of I don't have enough if this other person has it, or I need to have more than this other person to have enough, or I need to be better in some way than this other person to have enough, or to have the wealth I desire, or I need to be better than who I am now. It's like that is all an energy of lack, right? It's different variations of the same frequency of lack. So you have to get out of that frequency of lack by stopping looking at everyone's competition and seeing people as collaborators, as people who are a reflection of what you can do better, where it feels aligned to do different things, of what you bring to the table, by seeing yourself of like as enough right now and allowing those qualities to overflow and expand, right? Like by doing that, you're shifting into the energy of abundance because there's enough all of a sudden, right? When you can make that shift of there's enough for us all to succeed in our own different ways and our own different levels. And it's not right and it's not wrong and it's not me against them. It's just me and it's just them and everyone's just doing their me thing, right? And when you switch into that, it doesn't matter what your competition thinks, it doesn't matter what your ego says. You're purely like, there's already enough. There's enough in the sense of there's enough opportunities for success, enough opportunities for money, enough clients, enough customers, enough other jobs out there that I get to just be in my lane and do my thing and cultivate my zone of genius. It's like that's an energy of enough, right? When you're focused on you, you can still want to grow, you can still want to expand, but it has to be like you're doing it from a place of I am enough and there's enough to go around in its own way, right? And when you're in that space, you are a match for more because you already are in the energy of having rather than the energy of needing to get, which is when you're in competition, right? These are really, really deep concepts. I hope you're getting it. I think most of you are. But I want to see what other permission slip you might need or message you might need to hear. But this is really the big one for you, is releasing competition. Yeah, this is the Observer card. We have the Monarch card. This one's been coming up quite a bit. And we also have our Sacred Stillness card. Okay, so this Observer card is looking for opportunities for abundance, right? Looking for opportunities. So a really great practical way to actually put this all into action is whenever you catch yourself looking at others as competition or yourself as not enough in some way, make it into a game of how do I actually look at this competition with others or this not enoughness, this perceived not enoughness in myself? How do I actually flip it so that I can reframe the situation to see how maybe this is a potential opportunity for abundance, right? So for example, if you see competition, it's like, if you could instead be like, ooh, that person's not my competition. What if they could be a collaborator, or they could actually show me what I could be doing better, or they could be, this is a mirror that's showing me actually, well, they're doing this, but I do it, but in a very different way. And I'm really glad. And actually, what if I heighten that some more because that's different from what they're doing, and it'll set me apart in a different way and also take me on a competition further with them, right? Like, look for how opportunities and lessons for abundance are hidden in these situations you deem as being your competition or being, like being not enough in yourself, right? Like with yourself, it's like, oh, I feel like this isn't enough. Oh, this is where I can strengthen things. Oh, actually, maybe I shouldn't be focusing on offers around this or a job around this because that's not actually my skill. Maybe I should be focusing more on this skill that I already feel like I have enough of, or that I feel confident in, or that I feel like is powerful about me. So really looking for opportunities to flip the script, right? To reframe anything you see as competition or not good enough within yourself or others as an opportunity for you to get further clarity on how you can refine yourself into more abundance. Wow, really cool. The Monarch energy. This is the energy to truly be embodying for you. Deck 2. That's what the universe is saying. Do you think a monarch, like a queen, a king, has any competition? Especially within their own kingdom? No! They're the monarch. They're the ruler. Embody that energy of you're like, I am the ruler of my life. I am the ruler of my arena. I'm the ruler of my business, my industry, my role. There is no competition. No one can compete, right? No one can compete. I'm in a class of my own, right? Like, that's the energy to embody. That when you can really lock that in and mean it, especially by doing a lot of these more practical things we've already talked about, oh my gosh, that unlocks so much more abundance. And these cards over here, by the way, like we had surrender, restoration, trust, expansive, intellectual, inquisitive. We also have our sacred stillness on this side of the card. You're going to find that you're going to be able to receive a lot more by doing a lot less when you're in this energy. If you want to, like, I see a lot of abundance available to you in the next couple months after you really start embodying this energy, deck 2. But if you don't, getting to that amount of abundance that's available to you, like a crazy amount, more than you're thinking of, is what I'm getting. Getting to that amount of abundance, if you do not find your way to unlocking and really embodying this energy of this monarch energy, by looking for the opportunities to do so, right? To flip the script. If you don't do that, then getting this amount of abundance is going to take so much longer and be so much harder. It's not going to feel expansive. It's not going to feel playful. It's not going to feel easy and effortless. It's going to feel like struggle. It's going to feel like an uphill battle the whole way. It can feel easy. It can feel like flow. It can feel expansive. You can be very surrendered in this process, right? And it's going to be easy when you see yourself as the ruler of your life, as the monarch of your field, right? So yeah, it's our beautiful guidance from my Wealthy Woman deck for you. That's what's available to you. We have, I'm pulling from Kara Elizabeth's deck, Animal Apothecary. I've also connected personally with Kara, and I just, having done that, like, this deck just opened up for me, right? But it's already such a phenomenal deck. But we have Let Go and Bury, Nourishment While Waiting, right? So bury all those old stories, bury all the old beliefs that say it's like, this is, these other people especially, like we see, I think this is a mosquito here, right? Like, of like, sucking the life from me, sucking the blood from me, sucking the abundance from me, sucking away my opportunities, soul sucking, right? Like, let your way of looking at the world and people or qualities of yourself that you identify as like, this is getting in my way, bury that. It's not getting in your way if you can flip the script on it, right? Let it go. And then nourish yourself, fall deeper in love with yourself. Fall deeper in love with yourself while embodying that energy of like, I'm the ruler of your life. The more you love yourself, the more you're going to be the ruler of your own life. And when I say love yourself, this isn't just like, oh, I could take myself to the spa and get a massage because I deserve it. That can be part of it, but really going deeper. This is deep inner work to really love yourself, right? To truly love who you are, love what you bring to the table. That's what pulls you out of competition with yourself, with this version of you that you want to escape being, right? It's like you start to love who you are right now. Be still with that, right? Nourish yourself with love for yourself while waiting, nourishment while waiting, right? And sacred stillness, and allow things to happen effortlessly. Allow people to come to you, allow opportunities to come to you, because you're going to be so magnetic in doing that, right? In the universe, again, you're in the energy of being enough, having enough. So the universe brings enough, more than enough to you when you're in the energy of being and having more than enough. If you struggle with this, right? With this believing it can come easily, with this being in the sacred stillness, and then, being able to truly allow the universe to bring you the wealth you desire. This is what we're covering right now inside of my Wealth by membership in our receiving mode challenge, where we're relaxing our way to more abundance with a simple 15-minute practice a day. So you are welcome to come join us for that if you like. I find that in the receiving mode practice, I fall much deeper in love with myself. Really see no competition in the world anymore with me and what I do and how I make money. So you're welcome to come join me for that. That link is below if it calls to you. I'm pulling now from the deck you originally picked, the Joanna Hunter's Daily Light Affirmation deck. This is, I am ready to receive all good now. What a beautiful card. I'm ready to receive all good now. It's when you get out of competition, it's like, it's no longer about getting, it's about receiving. And again, I just said we're doing the receiving mode challenge and the membership. So again, another time to come join us. But it's like, this is really, the universe is saying it's time for you to shift out of getting and time for you to shift into receiving. How do you receive? You be enough. You be in the energy of abundance. You be the ruler of your life. You be in this monarch energy. You be untouchable in your own mind. No one can touch me. No one can do what I do the way I do it. No one is me, and that's my superpower. And when you can fully embody that energy and truly know that, you'll be ready to receive all the good you desire now. You're ready. You can even use this affirmation if you like. You can repeat this on to remind yourself, I'm ready to receive all good now. You're welcome to use that if that resonates with you. But truly the message here is, it's like, I'm getting that, like, you've worked hard enough. You've cultivated the skills you need already in this life to create the wealth you desire. It now doesn't have to continually be this competition and this struggle and this hustle. It gets to be a shift into owning how much you already know and have and are, and allowing that to speak for you, and allowing that to call in the clients, the job offers, the opportunities, the money, the miraculous manifestations, right? With ease. But you have to decide that you're enough. You have to decide that you've got enough. You have to decide that you're amazing and unique and special enough. You have to decide that. No one can decide that for you. You have to do that. There's exercises you can do. You can sit down and make a list of all the things that come easily to you and really go through each one of them and really look at, like, what's the value of these things, these soft and hard skills that come easily to me, and remind yourself that they do not come easily to everyone else. These skills and the way you do them, the way you leverage them, are unique only to you. It's like, you can do that to remind yourself at the end of the day, you have to choose to just see yourself as this amazing divine being that you are. You have to choose to see that in yourself in order to eliminate competition with yourself and with others. And when you do that, when you truly do that, I'm seeing that the floodgates open for you. And that easy money manifestation comes swooping in for you. Deck 2. And again, if you need support with that, it's a lot of what we do inside the Wealth Vibe membership. So come join if you need to. But this is truly, truly such a beautiful, strong, yet no nonsense, yet nourishing reading for you. Truly, I feel a lot of love for you from the universe, from my collective. They're like, you have what it takes, is what I keep saying. You have what it takes. Deck 2, now you just need to know and believe that. And watch how that shifts how you see others, how you see yourself, and opens doors for you. But it's about you knowing that you've got enough and no longer looking outside yourself and measuring yourself against others or against who you used to be or who you want to be or what you want to have and the money you have or don't have in the bank. When you can stop measuring those things to try to prove to yourself that you're enough and just instead know you're enough and know you've got what it takes, that's when the money gets to be fast and easy for you. So, all right. Deck 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from it and how it resonated. I always truly, truly appreciate getting to see your comments and hearing how these readings connect with you, what you take from them, what they mean to you in your life. It really means the world to me, so thank you if you are someone who comments on these readings. You are, of course, if you're not already, welcome to subscribe to my channel for future card readings for abundance. And if you want to fully harness your ability to manifest easy, fast wealth into your life, come join me inside the Wealth Vibe membership for our current Receiving Mode challenge to relax your way to more abundance, as well as our daily mini wealth readings in there, all of the resources, support, and community you need to manifest the wealth you desire, and just so much more. So I would love to get to personally connect with you inside of the Wealth Vibe. The link for the Wealth Vibe membership is in the description and pinned comment below. And if you want to order your copy of any of these decks of my Wealthy Woman deck, Cara Elizabeth's Animal Apothecary, Joanna Hunter's Daily Light, or Grace Duong's Astro Alignment deck, I will leave links for all of these in the description. I will also try for this video only to put them in the pinned comment below because these decks are so near and dear to my heart. I have a special discount code for you for the Daily Light deck as well that I'll leave for you. So that's all available for you to peruse. With all of that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, and I will see you in another video very soon. Bye. Hello, deck number 3. We are going to dive right into your reading to uncover what you need to hear and maybe even do. We'll see what comes through with the cards to activate the frequency of easy and fast money manifestations into your life. So we are going to move your crystal out of the way. I'm actually going to put the deck that you picked aside. We're using all of the decks today, but we will come back to that later. Some days I kind of go in different orders for each pile, but today the guidance is really coming through and I'm following this specific order. So we're going to start with Grace's Astro Alignment deck. And like I was saying at the beginning of the video, I'm just so excited about all the decks in these readings. For this video are decks where I've personally connected with the authors, and I've just found when I have one-on-one connections with authors, having even just for a few minutes time to chat with them personally, like I just find like the decks unlock for me in a different way and I really have a better understanding of the energy behind all of them. So wow, these are really exciting cards. Oh my goodness. Deck 3. Okay, so anyways, I'm very excited to do this reading. It's just extra potent. The other readings have been so powerful because I'm so connected to all these decks through their authors. So, wow. Deck 3, we have South Node, Past Lives, Natural Gifts, Karmic Challenges, Third Quarter Moon, Breakdown, Readjustment, Forgiveness, Transits, Insight, Movement, Change, Medium Coeli, Midheaven, Direction, Reputation, Aries, Trailblazing, Innovative, Fearless. All right, Deck 3. Here's what I'm seeing these cards. So this is the big core message you need to hear right now to activate that frequency of easy and fast money manifestations into your life. So you have some really, really potent money-making gifts from past lives, like gifts you were born with in this life. Natural gifts, past lives, right? Really powerful gifts you were born with that you are meant to leverage in this lifetime for effortless, easy, fast money, wealth, abundance, success, right? You are meant to experience that in this lifetime, and you're meant to really leverage the gifts that come easily to you, the gifts that maybe even come so easily to you that you tend to overlook them or take them for granted or not realize their worth or their value, right? They're gifts that feel almost like breathing to you, is what I'm getting. And you're meant to be in this lifetime using those gifts to create massive abundance for yourself, also for others, but really doing big things with these gifts. And the universe is really saying right now, like, the big thing you have to lean into is that you already have all the ingredients. You already have all the ingredients. You have all the gifts you need to create the success and wealth you desire, right? And it's about you knowing that and identifying the past gifts, the past life gifts, the natural gifts you have, right? In fact, actually, like, one of the, I think it was 2 readings ago on this channel, we did a reading on money-making gifts from your past lives, actually. So I will link that above for you now to check out. That might give you insights into what the natural gifts are that you might be overlooking, or past life gifts you have that you can be leveraging to make more money. That's a very detailed reading, so you can go check that out if that calls to you. But really, these gifts are meant to be leveraged in this lifetime to create like massive, 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 like, success and abundance with a lot more ease than most people can find that success and abundance. Especially over here, I'm seeing, we have midheaven, we have direction, reputation. So that your public image, I see you're meant to really have a huge impact. And if you want to be a leader, be someone who trailblazes, who's innovative, who's fearless, who has a big audience or a big kind of influence in this world, you are capable of that. You don't have to. That won't be for everyone watching this pile, but for a lot of you, you have that capability. Everyone watching has the capability. It's just simply, do you desire it? Regardless, you're meant to have so much success in whatever chosen field you go into whatever degree you choose to. It's another thing the universe wants you to know, actually, which is coming through, is that the level of success you have is up to you. And of course that makes sense, like, right? Like, yeah, it's up to you and how hard you work. And it's like, no, it's how much success are you comfortable having, right? I do get that there is some healing that might need to happen, right? So if you feel like you're like, I'm not seeing this effortless success, I'm not seeing the effortless fast wealth and money manifestations and skyrocketing in my career, then the universe is saying there's healing. This is probably why you're here on this pile in this reading, is there's healing that needs to happen around your gifts and around leveraging them for money. So again, that reading two videos ago on my channel, 2 videos ago, I want to say, on my channel, around past life money-making gifts, definitely go check that out if that calls you, because there's some healing to do, some reframing of how you see these gifts. And once you can really do it, once you can truly understand, identify your unique money-making gifts that you were born with in this lifetime, the things that come easily to you, and you can understand the value of them and how to leverage them, then that's when all the success and the easy, money and fast money comes in for you. But that's what needs to happen. This is actually something, because we have karmic challenges here, this is actually something that's meant to happen in this life. You're meant to actually kind of grapple with this a little bit and then get to this point where you go, oh, okay, now I understand the gifts. Like, this is a lifetime where you're meant to understand the depth and value of your soul's gifts on a deeper level than ever before. And once you unlock that, once you get to that point, once you have that insight, right, like, then you're able to move into all this wild success in your career, in your money-making ventures, and things just start to line up like magic for you, right? Like, it just becomes magical. It's like, you're like, oh, what if I try this? Oh, whoops, accidentally wrote a bestseller, right? What if I, try to, start a business? Oops, actually made it into like Forbes, like 30 under 30, right? Like, it's just like, it's almost like success and wealth become almost accidental for you, or just like this, oops, didn't realize it would be that successful that quickly. That becomes unlocked when you are leveraging your soul gifts. So that's the big thing the universe wants. Also, I get that you are someone who can wear many hats and do many things because you have a lot of natural soul gifts. You have a lot of gifts that you can leverage in different ways. So I see you being someone who, it's not like, a lot of you might just choose success in one arena, but again, everyone watching this pile has the ability to have massive success and wealth in multiple industries, arenas, multiple avenues for money coming to you, which is amazing. That's so exciting. That's like, this insight, movement, change. Like you're someone who's very good at moving, at changing, at getting insights into things and leveraging your soul gifts to have different insights and be used in different ways, in different arenas, different roles, different jobs, different businesses, whatever it is. So there's so much success that's available for you that you're destined for, that you're meant for. And it comes through really getting clear on what soul gifts you have, what gifts you came into this life with, and how to leverage them to make more money, and also how to see the value in them so you can leverage them to make money, right? When I say gifts, I want to talk about these just real quick before we pull more cards and get more messages for you. Because this is it. Like, unlock your soul gifts, understand what they are, value them, and then leverage them. And then the money is easy, fast. But the universe is like, this is a lesson you're supposed to learn. Until you learn this lesson of valuing your gifts, your natural gifts from past lives, your soul's gifts, until you learn this lesson of really valuing it and using them, the money will always kind of be, I don't want to say off limits, but it will feel harder. It will feel more difficult. It'll feel more like a struggle. It'll be more challenging because your soul this lifetime is really meant for you to learn the value and power that you hold in your unique gifts, to really lean into the mindset and reality of, when I do what comes easily to me, money comes easily to me. When I do what comes easily to me, success comes to me easily, right? Like when I do what comes easily to me, I win easily. These are all mantras you could use that are just coming through for you, right? But it's like, I just got 222 for you and 909 at the same time. So a lot of little like confirmations there for you. Some things to think about, okay? When we say gifts though, just some examples before we move on. I want to give you some quick examples. When I say soul gifts, things that you might overlook, right? That come so easily to you. Things like, are you a good listener? How valuable is that? Wouldn't that be incredibly valuable skill to have if you're a salesperson? Because then you can listen to what people really need, what they're saying underneath their actual words. And then you can sell to that point and give them what they truly need and help them and also easily close sales. If you're a good listener, wouldn't that make you like a really profoundly great healer of some sort, whether it's a medical professional or an energy healer? Like, wouldn't that make you incredibly valuable to your patients and be one of the best healers there is? If you're a good listener, couldn't you also be one of the greatest entrepreneurs of all time because you're listening to what the collective, to what people, customers want, need, and you can easily create what they desire because you can see it more than other people can see it. That's just one, that's the gift of good listening. And there's so many other ways that can be used too, right? Like, but how often do we go, yeah, I'm a good listener, but you don't really value it. You don't see the monetary value, the worth of it. There's worth in every soul gift out there. You have to be willing to connect the dots, to look for the connections, right? To connect them to connect your gifts to what you do and see how they can be leveraged and why they're valuable and show up wielding the crap out of them, right? Like that's really what this is. It's so easy to take, for example, being a good listener for granted. But can you think of someone who's not a good listener in your life? Have you ever encountered a person in your life who is not a good listener? Listening does not come easily to that person. It comes easily to you. That makes you unique. That makes you valuable. And then you pair that with, if you have another soul gift, right? Maybe you have a way with words. Wow. Could you pair with like being a good listener, but then having a way with words? Naturally knowing how to say things so they resonate with people. Make you extra good at sales, extra good at marketing, extra good at creating products and selling them to people who need them, extra good at being able to hear what your patients need if you're a healer and then say things to them in a way that it's going to actually inspire them to change their diet, their lifestyle, their habits, whatever it is that they need to do. Like, do you see? And then so that combination is now unique. Do you get what I'm getting at here? What Source is getting at here? What my collective is trying to get through your head? You have so many gifts that interweave together. Learn what each of them are and how they play together and how they can be leveraged in different ways, and money and the world opens up to you. And when you do that, by the way, energetically, this activates the frequency of abundance, because when you realize how abundant you are in skills and gifts and how they could all be leveraged for money, all of a sudden you are now leaning into the energy of, there is nothing off limits to me because look at how wildly skilled and powerful and abundant and valuable I am. Like, and when you have that energy and you fully believe that and understand that for yourself on a very true level, you step into the energy of abundance because you realize how abundant you are in gifts, in value, in potential, in limitless potential. And when you're in that headspace and that energy, and that's how you see yourself, the universe sees you that way. Other people see you that way. And you become so magnetic to abundance, to opportunities, to wealth, to success, to money, to adoration, to just everything you could desire. Wow. Okay. I could go on and on and on, but we're going to pull for some more cards for you. All right, deck 3. Let's see if there's any sort of permission slip you need from the Wealthy Woman deck. This is my deck. I authored. Any permission slips you need. We have the Champion card. Of course we do. We have Abundant Expansion. Yes, 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 yes. And we have Rebirth. Oh my goodness, yes. Okay, these are perfect. I'm not surprised to see the Champion card here. Remember at the beginning of the stream I said you're meant to have like wild abundance, create wild abundance for yourself in this life and for others as well. So 1331, nice mirror numbers for you. Really, the universe wants you to know that it's almost funny the way they're delivering this message to me. My guides are saying, it's jokingly, but the more full of yourself you get, right? The more impressed you let yourself be with how many gifts you have and how unique they are and how valuable they are and how valuable you are and how powerful you are because of these gifts. When you let yourself go there fully and take it to an extreme, the universe wants you to know it doesn't make you a bad or greedy person. It actually makes you a champion for the highest good and highest abundance of all, because you believing fully in yourself and seeing your full potential not only fulfills your soul's contract for that in this lifetime and that expansion, right? But it also gives other people permission to see that in themselves. And also you bringing your greatest gifts to the world is going to create so much abundance for you and allow you to do so much good in the world for others as well. Can you imagine if everyone did this, by the way? Deck 3, can you imagine if everyone knew their true worth, knew their gifts, were so in tune with them, owned them, leveraged them, shared them with the world? How rich would we all be in ways more than just money, but money as well? How rich would we all be because of the fact that we're all showing up and sharing our biggest money-making gifts, but also that we're all getting to benefit then from everyone else sharing the fullness of their gifts in the most fully expressed and authentic and powerful way. This is why I do this work, by the way. This is why I talk about money. It's not because we're greedy people, right? It's like the more money and the more we all know how to wield our individual powers and share our gifts, the more well-resourced we can be to then share our gifts more, and the more other people can benefit from our gifts, and the more they can do the same and we can benefit from their gifts. Like, this is how we change the paradigm of the world, to take all of this massive, power around money and around agency and our lives and our happiness back from big players and corporations that don't care about us, right? This is how we put power back in the individual's hands. I know this is going way in a different direction, but the universe really is share this. This is why this sort of work is so important. So you showing up, when I say showing up, getting clear on your gifts and owning them and leveraging them and being so proud of yourself, so full of yourself in a way. Every time I say it's so funny, but so full of love, of appreciation, of value for yourself, so full of yourself, right? And your gifts. The more fearlessly you're going to show up and use them, you're going to become a whole different version of yourself and do that, and you're going to expand into so much more abundance and expand abundance for others. So this is the permission slip to lean really, 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 really hard into loving yourself and your gifts and seeing the value of them and seeing yourself as the best thing since sliced bread and seeing your gifts as so wildly valuable because they are. This is your permission slip to do that, because it is not greedy, it is not self-centered, it is not selfish, it is for the highest good of all. It expands everyone. It expands you, it expands your abundance, it expands other people, it expands their abundance, it expands all of us, it shifts paradigms, it shifts worlds. This is such important inner work. And the best thing of all is it feels good. It should feel good because you're falling deeper in love with your own gifts, with who you are, with the gifts you brought into this life, right? When you're in that energy, on that frequency, which I can feel a lot of you getting on that frequency as I'm speaking, which is phenomenal. As you get more and more on that frequency, by focusing more on your soul gifts and knowing these are the things that are going to bring abundance to you, and that it's just finding different ways to leverage them in different areas and knowing their worth as you do it. As you get on that frequency, things just will snowball for you. massive success follows you wherever you go. You don't have to chase it. It's like money and success and career is effortless and easy for you. Wow, really cool. Okay, I'm pulling from another deck here. This is Kara Elizabeth's Animal Apothecary deck, which also personally connected with Kara and love her deck. I'm getting just a little bit of extra guidance for us. Yep. We have Inner Truth and the Illusion. This work of what we're talking about, like this message of like the universe is like, you want fast, easy wealth and money manifestations? Lean on your inner gifts. Lean on your inner truth. Lean on the truth of your soul is really what this is all about for you. The truth of your soul is the answer you've been looking for to the wealth you desire, to the money manifestations. Like when I say truth of your soul, it's the gifts your soul came here with, right? You already have all those ingredients within you. It's an illusion. It's an illusion. It's a lie that you need to become more than you already are. Yes, you can always refine things. Yes, you can grow. Yes, you can expand. But at your core, you are already more than enough. Deck 3. You already have all of the ingredients for success and massive, wild abundance. And for it to be easy. You already have all of that. It's any part of your mind, any story from anyone else out there that tells you that that's not true is a lie. It's an illusion. And by knowing your inner truth, connecting with your inner guidance and your inner gifts, that's how you pierce through this illusion. Taking time to really get to know your inner gifts, your past life gifts, your soul's gifts, right? Like that's how you will pierce through the illusion that money has to be hard, that you have to be more than you are, someone different than you are to make money. That's how you escape that illusion. This is, wow, deck 3, this message for you, this reading is not just, here's how you make money fast. Here's how you manifest quick money, right? This is the key to liberation for you, not just around money, but everything. Loving yourself, your inner gifts, your soul, who you are, who you came here to be, what comes easily to you, and seeing that in you as wildly valuable, invaluable, infinite in your potential for everything, for abundance, success, love, happiness, whatever it is. Seeing yourself like that pierces through any illusions of disempowerment, of not getting to have what you desire in life, of things being difficult, of life being hard. Like this is how you escape that illusion, and you escape the rat race, and you escape the hamster wheel of life that tells us like this has to be hard. It doesn't have to be hard. That's a story. That's an illusion. It's a paradigm that you get to shift. This is really a reading of liberation. Wow. I couldn't have picked a better confirmation. This is from Joanna Hunter's Daily Light deck and Daily Light affirmation deck. And this is not a money deck. And yet we have pulled a money affirmation, right? Which we did on deck 1 as well. But this is, I get paid for being me. And for you, I could not imagine a better last card to pull. I could not imagine a better affirmation for you. Deck 3. I get paid for being me. With this whole reading was about your gifts, what comes easily to you, what makes you, your unique intersection of soul gifts and the way you wield them and leverage them and share them with the world and how fearlessly and courageously you do. That's what leads to people being like, hey, how do I work with you? How do I pay you? How do I hire you for my company? Do you want this job? Oh my gosh, of course we're going to hire you. How do I get you a book deal? I saw 1, 2, 3, 4 for you. Nice confirmation. How do I get, how can we publish you? You want to write a book? You want to do this? It's like, that's how you get paid for being you when you fearlessly show up and share your gifts. Yeah, sometimes you go after things and apply for things or pitch yourself for things, but it's you do it with this energy of knowing your worth, knowing your value, and really highlighting and bringing to the spotlight your soul gifts and bringing them to the table. Wow. Wow, wow, I get paid for being me. This is an affirmation you can repeat to yourself as often as you like. Deck 3, this is an affirmation you can repeat to yourself to remind yourself that you get paid for being you. I get paid for being me. I get paid for being me. I get paid for my gifts. I get paid for my soul gifts. I get paid for what comes easily to me. I get paid for being me but here's the big secret, right? You actually have to be you. It's one thing to know your gifts, but if you won't share them, if you're afraid to share them, if you think it's selfish or conceited to think you're the best thing in the world because you have these amazing gifts. It's like we all get to be the best things in different ways. So you have to let go of any of that, any of those stories that tell you it's not safe, it's not okay, it's selfish to see yourself in this way and to cherish your soul gifts like that. And until you can do that, then the money's going to be hard. And if you feel like you've been doing all this, go deeper. You're saying go deeper. There's so much deeper you can go, deck 3, with understanding and valuing and leveraging your gifts. And you can do it more fearlessly, more fully, more authentically, more fully expressed, right? That's really what's going to put you on the wavelength, the frequency, that point of attraction of effortless, fast money. Embodying this energy of I get paid for being me. Really leveraging your soul gifts. But then it's also what will open up doors for you and just attract so many people to you, right? But it does put you in that energy of I'm amazing, I am invaluable. The universe is like, oh, that's the energy you're putting out, that's what I'll bring right back to you. Wow. Yeah. If you have trouble valuing your soul gifts, come join me in the Wealth Vibe membership, because we do so much work around valuing our gifts and what comes easily to us, and taking action from that space. So that's something we do quite a bit in there. You're welcome to come join in for that if that calls to you. But deck 3, this is, wow, all of these readings in this video, all 3 have been so powerful and so unique in their different messages. I cannot tell you how perfect I feel like this one all came together for you, and especially this affirmation, like the most perfect affirmation there could possibly be for a reading. So I will leave you with that. Deck 3, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment below letting me know what you took from the reading. Let me know how it resonated. I truly appreciate getting to see your comments, and it means the world to me to hear how these readings connect with you, what you take from them, how they interweave with you. I'd love to hear some of your soul gifts if you already know what those are, but it just means the world to me when I get to connect with you in the comments. So thank you for commenting if you are someone who comments on these videos. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, you are more than welcome to, so that you can get future card readings for abundance here with me. And if you want to truly harness your ability to dive deep into valuing and leveraging your soul gifts and manifesting wealth with more ease, then come join me inside of the Wealth Vibe membership for our current receiving mode challenge. We're relaxing our way to more abundance, as well as our daily mini wealth readings and all of the resources, support, and community you need to manifest the wealth you desire. I would love to get to personally connect with you inside of the Wealth Vibe membership. The link for the membership is in the description and pinned comment below. And if you want to order your copy of any of these just amazing, phenomenal decks from these phenomenal authors, then I will leave all the links for the Wealthy Woman deck, the Daily Light deck, which I actually have a discount code for, which I'll leave below as well, the Animal Apothecary deck, and the Astro Alignment deck. All of these will be linked below for you. I'll try to also put them in the pinned comment for this reading. Specifically, I normally don't put them in the pinned comment. I normally just put them in the description box, but for this reading, because these decks just are so near and dear to my heart, I'm going to leave that in the pinned comment as well. But that way you can get your hands on any of these decks that really call to you. And with all of that being said, I'm wishing you massive prosperity and abundance, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Bye.